No spaceship in the world has ever been more powerful, perhaps none more anticipated. NASA's Space Launch System rocket, or SLS, stands on Launch Pad 39B at the Kennedy Space Center. Just days from now, if all goes well, SLS, with the Orion spacecraft perched on top, will reignite NASA's dream of human exploration of deep space, going back to the moon and on to Mars.
You need this kind of what we call the mega rocket, or for SLS, is this kind of capability to deliver payloads, because you need this hardware to have a sustainable exploration program, right? You need rovers, you need landers. I mean, you need those elements, not just a crewed transportation system.
This uncrewed test flight is not only the first for the space agency's new rocket, it's the first for NASA's new Artemis program, intended to land 2 astronauts on the moon, perhaps as early as 2025. Any hopes of that rides on the success of this mission. After liftoff, SLS will punch through the Earth's atmosphere. When their fuel is expended, the boosters and core stage fall away. The Orion spacecraft enters low Earth orbit, where the upper stage booster ignites, sending Orion to an orbit around the moon.
For most of us, it's difficult to believe that it has taken this long for this moment.
The SLS was first announced in 2010, a year before the Space Shuttle's retirement. But the decision to move forward with a massive deep space rocket came years before that, in 2004, when then-President George W. Bush said this:
"We will build new ships to carry man forward into the universe, to gain a new foothold on the moon, and to prepare for new journeys to the worlds beyond our own."
Not only has the journey getting here to the launch pad been long, the price tag is eye-popping. Federal auditors say each launch will cost $4 billion, adding, "That's unsustainable." NASA and its contractors insist that with design and development costs behind them, future missions won't be so pricey. NASA's counting on SLS to be the workhorse for the next 30 years and insists it's worth every penny.
What I say is going back to the moon is an awesome, I'll say responsibility for us, but also for the countries, for the world, to do that again and stay there and, make a presence there. Every bit of it's worth it.
All the capabilities we've created as a country and as an international community by being able to do this, right? That skill set wouldn't be there if we didn't do this. I would say we can not afford not to do this, right? You want to have this capability. You want to be the one leading the pioneering as we go into deep space.
By the numbers, SLS is a beast. At 322 feet, it's taller than the Statue of Liberty. Future versions will be even bigger. And the thrust, 8.8 million pounds, is greater than the iconic Saturn V's that put humans on the moon.
One of the cool things about this vehicle is it's going to be the most instrumented vehicle probably ever flown, right? And we're going to take that data that we get from the rollout loads, the launch loads, and all of that, and plug it back into our design models, and we'll be able to tweak the models, right, and see how close we are. But everything along the way has been almost to the second or third decimal correct.
Everything is riding on the success of SLS and Orion. There's no backup plan unless you consider SpaceX and its Starship, also designed to go to the moon and Mars. That vehicle has yet to make an orbital test flight that could come by the end of the year. Company founder Elon Musk says Starship, because its reusable vehicle, could fly for $10 million a mission. That may be a bit of hyperbole, but anything close is a fraction of the SLS cost. So there's really no way to oversell it. For NASA, SLS quite simply has to work. For MyRadar, I'm John Zarrella.
Follow MyRadar on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Download MyRadar on iOS, Android, Amazon Alexa, Xbox, and Windows.